talking about persuasive writing, there are some points we need to discuss here. When you come to write a persuasive essay, you should remember the following points. You should remember that your essay should be what? Yeah. You should remember that your essay should be clearly focused. Who can understand the meaning of clearly focused? Who can tell me? Yeah, Ahmed, what does clearly focused mean?
It's focusing on the idea that you write about.
Focusing on the idea you are writing about. In other words, but?
You must involve the reader with your passage.
Okay, but this is gonna come later on. Khalid?
It has related ideas.
Yes, it has related ideas. Yeah. Okay, Yusuf?
A clear main idea.
It's a clear main idea. That's right. Enough here. So when I talk here, guys, about your essay, is what is clearly focused here. I mean that what? I mean that my essay discusses the point I'm writing about. You know, for example, here, if I'm talking about what? Friendship, for example. Okay? But this means here, everything I write should be based on what? Should be based on what? On friendship. Okay. So, what happens if my essay is not clearly focused? What happens? What's going to happen? If my essay is not clearly focused, this means here that my essay is, yes?
It's not an essay because you will not understand.
You will not understand. I'm still looking for a word, yes?
That means it doesn't contain a flow of ideas.
Doesn't contain flow of ideas. I'm still looking for something.
Yes, it doesn't concentrate on the main thing, which is the main idea.
Okay, one more thing. Yeah?
Worthy.
Worthy?
You lose suspense.
Yes, Ahmed?
The reader will be confused.
Yes?
Irrelevant.
Yeah. Here, irrelevant, or we can say here that our essay is what? Is off topic. And this makes you fail, and this makes you fail the essay. Okay? And for example here, you find that a student talks about what? About friendship, for example, okay? Then he says, you know, some points he discusses like what's the meaning of friendship, what are the advantages of what? Of having a close friend, how can you make what? How can you choose? Yeah, how can you choose your friends? And suddenly, you find what? You find that, you know, the student starts to write about the problems with the neighbors, for example. Okay? So this means here that the essay in this case is not what? Is not clearly focused, or the essay is what? Is off topic. But this is number one. Okay? So once you finish your essay, ask yourself this question. Is my essay clearly focused? Okay? If you read your essay and find that all the information mentioned expresses the topic, it's okay. In this case, it's what? It's clearly focused. Okay, everyone?
Yes.
Number two. Number two here, actually, this is very important, and number three supports it. It choose a point of view and stick to it. What do I mean by this? In the persuasive writing, he'll ask you. Some people think that women should go to work, for example. Others believe that what? That women should stay at home. So how many views do we have here? Two. Yeah, what's here? The first one, Khalid?
To make women go to work.
Yeah, that's right. And here the other point is, Ahmed?
That woman should stay at home.
Women should stay at home. That's right. So yes, from the very beginning of what? Of your essay, you should choose a what? A point of view and what? And stick to it. This here in the second thing. Okay? That's number two. Number three. Do not mention, yeah, both sides of the argument. What do I mean by this here? Guys, here, yes, you are writing a persuasive essay. You are not writing a compare and contrast essay. Do you remember, guys, the two ways we used to follow in the compare and contrast essay? Who can tell me, Omar? Okay, but we have two ways of writing. Yes, Asir?
Block writing.
The block method and Mohammed, the other one, point by point way. Right? Here. This is not compare and contrast essay, but this what? This persuasive essay. What do I mean here? Okay, Abdurrahman? Yeah, here. Yani, if you mention that, if you decide that woman should go to work, for example, you have to mention this clearly. If you decide that woman should stay at home, you have to mention this clearly. But it's wrong to what, guys, here? It's wrong what? To mention both sides of the argument. Yes, but what do you want to say?
Mister, if the writer of the passage clearly in the first passage, in the first paragraph, wrote about his idea about this, his with or against, and then after that he starts to, for example, say about this and this. So is it correct?
No. So we say what here? We say that in the persuasive writing, okay, everyone, you should choose a point of view and stick to it, and do not mention both sides of the argument. Never, because you are not writing a compare and contrast essay.
Even if you mention his point of view, even if you mention his point of view.
Yeah, this can be in the conclusion, and even your point of view should support your choice. Understand here?
Yes.
There is no need for the other choice. One last question.
Yeah, sir, but if there is a fight and I want to say each one what he thinks about it, the two sides, how can you...
Yeah, in this case, this may happen in reading when the passage is argumentative, because you are not the writer. But in the persuasive essay, you are what? You are the writer. So one person is what is writing. So he is the one who can decide. Yeah, here. Yes, yeah. For example, Mohammed says, if we have an argument, someone says something and the other says something different. I say, you are the writer, right? Yeah, you are the one who decides what option you will talk about, right? If any other one has a different opinion, he can write another essay. Got it? Fine. Here, guys, let's come to one of the most important points, which is what? Which is missed in most students' writing. Which is what here? Which is transition. Yeah, and they think we got this word in vocabulary.
Yes.
Transition what? Smoothly from one point, from one point to the next. What do I mean here? Yes, who can tell me? Yes, Murad? Yes.
To change from one point to another softly or with the same meaning.
Yeah, okay, yes, right. Type, one more. Ahmed, sorry, Abdurrahman. Yeah.
To change from one idea to another without changing the main idea.
Yes, okay. Yeah. Ahmed?
Not using the transitive word.
No, make use, you want to say, make use of connecting words or transitional words. Yeah.
To finish one point completely and then move to the next.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, okay. Guys, do you remember yesterday's grammar lesson?
Yes.
Yes. It was about what? Run-on sentences. Yeah, for example here, look. Yeah, someone says, or a student writes, I believe that women should stay at home. Full stop. When women stay at home, they may take care of what? Of their children. They may help their children finish their homework, the thing that positively affects, their school, for example, or their grades. Yeah. Women should stay at home to care about the household chores. Okay, guys, here? So what you note here? You note here that, the writer is writing a sentence, then full stop. A sentence, full stop. But you have, guys, here, you have to find what? Yeah. You have here to find what? Yeah. Relations. You have to find what? Relations between the idea. And what do I mean? Okay, that's for me. And for example, you say what? I see that women should stay at home for many reasons. First of all, so the word first of all here tells the reader that what? that you're gonna move from an idea to the next, or you will give examples. You say, for example, moreover, yeah. You say something and you want to add something else. And for example, you say, when women stay at home, okay, they will take care of their what? Children. Moreover, hear the word what? Moreover means what? Also, additionally, and so on.
More important.
Yes. Right. So transitions here, you can express contrast. Express what? Contrast. Who can give me words that can express contrast? Who can tell me? Yes. Yusuf? But.
Yet.
Not yet.
However,
However.
Therefore.
No. Therefore, cause and effect. Yeah.
On the other side.
On the other. Yeah. On the other side. On the other hand.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Meanwhile,
Yes. Meanwhile.
although,
Who can give me words that makes express cause and effect? Yeah.
because,
Because. But I'm talking. Okay. Because what else? Therefore. Who can give me words to express addition? Yes, Ahmed?
alike,
Okay, alike. What else? New word? Yeah.
Also.
Also, yeah. Additionally. And, yeah. Moreover. Yes, okay. Besides. In addition to, and so on. So guys here, that's what I mean, that's what I mean by transition smoothly from what? From one point to the next. You must. Okay? So do not write sentences next to each other. But you have to what? Yeah, you have to transition from one idea to what? To the other one. Okay. Guys here, this is a very important point here. This, yes, by the way, in any kind of writing, not only for the persuasive one. Develop your ideas, yeah, logically. What do I mean here by develop your ideas logically? This is very important. At the same time, it's very serious. Yeah, who can tell me? Yes. Abdurrahman, are you still in the class? Yeah. Yusuf.
When you move from one idea to another, it has to make sense.
Okay, one more. Yeah. Mohammed?
I think that things can happen, not science fiction and like this.
طيب, okay. طب Mahmoud?
step by step, not by jumping from one idea to another.
Okay, maybe yes. Yeah.
Use words that predict what you write next.
Words that can predict or that can tell what you will say. Yeah. Others? Yeah.
use some kind of order like chronological order.
Okay, which is called what? Structure. Yeah.
Yes, use something to combine between the two things, like the fanboys in the grammar.
Okay, but this may be for the point of transition. I'm still looking for something else. Hamad?
Use
Statistics, you mean? Yeah, okay. Omar?
Is to say things that can be like logic, not say things that are not related to the main idea.
Well, yes. Actually, all of you are moving around the bush. Let me tell you. Ahmed, one last.
do not say a sentence and do not support it. Do not go out of your the main idea you are talking about.
Excellent. Yeah. So guys here, what I mean now is what? Yeah, for example, you see what? You talk about uniform, okay? Are you with or what? Or against, right? A student writes, I'm against uniform because uniform has lots of disadvantages. For example, it may not be good. It may not be good for rich people. Okay. Also, it may annoy the students. Yes, I'm just trying to give examples here. First of all, what you did now was wrong. Why? Because you said, okay, Mahmoud, it may annoy the students, right?
Yes.
And what else? It may not be good to rich people. For example, before moving to the idea of it may annoy students, explain first how it may not be good to rich people. Understand? One more example. You're talking about smoking. You say, smoking what? Smoking, smoking negatively affects health. Also, it wastes a person's money. Okay. Before moving to the point of what? Of it wastes a person's money, you have to develop the idea of what? Of what? Yes, that's right. Of the negative effect of what, Ibrahim? Of smoking on what? On health. Guys, understand here? Yeah. That's why, just a minute, that's why some students write only one paragraph. Some students write only what? Yeah? Write only one paragraph, and then we have nothing more to write. We said everything. Yes, you are right. You said everything, but you developed nothing. Right? Guys, you understand here? Okay? Again, this point here. Again, I say to develop what? Yeah? To develop your ideas. Okay? Develop your ideas. Again, for example, you say, let's say that we are talking about that a person or that a student, that the children should be supervised by their parents while watching television. Others believe that what? Yeah, that they shouldn't be supervised by what? By their parents. Okay? So someone says, I think that students should not be supervised by their parents while watching television. Okay? Because this limits their own freedom. Okay? Also, supervising the children while watching television, okay, may negatively affect, for example, the children. So, before moving to what? To the second point, try first what? To develop the first point. You understand here? And for example, here, if you say that you have different reasons for what? For students' bad marks. For example, okay, who can give me some reasons? Yeah. Yeah, for students' bad marks, or for some students' bad marks. Yeah, Khalid?
Didn't study well or didn't.
Okay, for example, lack of what? Lack of study. Yeah. What else? Yes, Ayman? Lack of concentration. Yeah. Lack of concentration. One more point. Abdurrahman?
Absence without reason.
Yeah, absence for no reasons. Okay, guys, here, let's take this one just for example here. Look, if I say here that, lack of study, you say students get low marks because they don't have what, or they don't study well, or they don't give themselves enough hours of what? Of study. Do not move here. Do not move, Abdurrahman. Do not move. To the second point, which is what? Which is lack of concentration. Unless you develop what? Unless you develop the first point. And unless you explain the what? The first point. Guys, yes? Got me here?
Yes.
Got the point? Yeah.
Mister, how can I know that I developed the idea well?
Yes. Yeah. When you come to give more explanation, more reasons, more details, this means that you are This means that you have well developed your idea.
This development that I did, maybe for me it's clear, but for others, no.
You are the writer, and we get what you write. You understand? Yes.
What if they're related? If they are related without development.
Okay. So even if you have 2 points that support each other, you must what? You may write the 2 points, then develop both of them. Right? I got your question. Type. Abdurrahman?
So how to give ideas about lack of study? How you know?
And for example, yeah, I say what I say, yeah, students, yes, students do not give themselves, yes, enough hours of what of study. In other words, you understand? Wait, yeah, I see what, okay, Abdurrahman. In other words, you know, they spend lots of time doing other things, such as so and so and so and so. Understand? So now I'm developing the idea of what? Of lack of study. Yes, guys, just yeah, we'll explain this in details, but I'm just introducing here. Abdullah, one more?
Yes, sir. If we had many reasons.
Yes, okay. So, yes, you're right what you're right. First of all, Abdullah has a very good question. If I have many reasons, or if I have many points here, what shall I do? You're right. First of all, right? And then what? Yeah. And then you develop the what? This idea. And then you say, moreover, or additionally, and you develop the second idea. You understand? And so on.
In one paragraph?
Yeah, okay. Because each paragraph usually discusses one point type. So just give me a chance for finishing this part. Okay. We get one more important word you should bear in mind when you write your persuasive essay, which is support those ideas with appropriate examples and evidence. And what, guys? Evidence. Appropriate. Yes, suitable. I mean here that your example should be related. Got the point here? Yeah, that's what I mean by appropriate here. For example, if we're talking about, for example, that woman should stay at home or woman should work. In this case, yes, we have lots of ways. You can write about a personal experience. Do you know personal experience? For example, say, one evidence that supports my view is my mom, who preferred to stay at home and not to work. And you start to talk about your mom's experience as a kind of what?
Example.
As a kind of
Evidence.
or kind of example. We have lots of ways to get evidence, but just now I'm giving you a hint. This one is very important also. Show evidence of what here? Of having, varied. What's varied here?
Difference.
Different. And what? And intelligent
Vocabulary.
Okay? So use as many advanced or intelligent words as possible. Okay? Do not stick to the traditional words And from time to time, and for example, instead of saying what support, you can see enhance, for example, you can say bolster, you can see foster, for example. Instead of insult, you can see what? Anguish, you can see scoff. That's right, you can say vex. Vex,
irritate,
you can say humiliate. And yes, that's right. If you want here, for example, to say the word demolish, for example.
Diminish.
Demolish or diminish. Yes, you can see diminish. What else?
Ruin.
Yes, that's right. Ruin. What else here? Okay. Destroy. What else? Maybe what? Yes, okay, havoc.
Eradicate.
Yes, that's right. The word also what? Eradicate works. You understand, guys? Vanish. That's right. So that's what I mean by what here? By using what? By showing what? Evidence of having varied and intelligent vocabulary. To summarize, a good essay should have, number one, good vocab. That's right. A good essay should have, only how many points of view? One point of view. A good essay should have what? Should have good, transition from one idea to what? To another. The ideas of a good essay should be what here? Should be what? Well developed. You understand here? Okay. Now here we move